G'day, overthinkers. Welcome back to another episode of The Space, a podcast that turns mindfulness on its head. I'm Casey Donovan. Together with our writer Amy Malloy, we're here to start your week on a high and to help you feel calm and focused. Do you ever feel like the entire world doesn't agree? Everywhere we turn, people are having an argument. Who can blame them? There's some strong opinions flying around, especially since COVID. Now, we're not here to take any sides, but we do want to wave the white flag for everyone. We don't all have to agree all of the time, but we do all have to share the same planet. And, more importantly, we have to share social media. Whether you have an opinion about the pandemic, or whether the latest TikTok recipe is a fad or a triumph. How can you disagree productively and find common ground? This is the topic of a very popular TED Talk by world debate champion Julia Dar. We'll link the whole talk in our show notes, but we'll give you the lowdown. People who disagree productively start by finding common ground, no matter how narrow that ground actually is, says Julia. They identify the thing we can all agree upon and go from there. The right to an education, equality for everyone, our desire for a safer community, that we all love cheesy pasta. Okay, that's not one Julia said, but it's basically a universal truth, so The conflict is still there, says Julia. That's why it's a debate. But shared reality gives you a platform to start to talk about it. So, how can we put that into practice? This week, if you brush up against something with totally crazy vibes in their eyes, take a breath. Before you fire off a comment, stop and think. What common ground do you both have? You don't even have to discuss it with them. Just hold that thought as you respond to them. You'll be surprised at how it changes your approach, little by little, bit by bit. You can debate with less heat. You can see them as a human. You can organise the conversation around what you have in common. Then you can persuade from a relatable position. So, here's our challenge for you. Next time you head into a debate with someone you know, think about this. What have you agreed upon in the past? When was a time they backed you up? When was a time you held the same belief as them? If it's a stranger on the internet, well, step away from the keyboard. Do you really want to get into this with them? If you do, use the same common ground tactic, but think big picture. What do most people in your country or the world agree about? We don't like lockdown. We do like sunshine. We want to feel like we belong. We don't like to feel ignored or unvalued. Even if it's vague, find a common thread and go from there. As Julia says, stop dismissing and start persuading. Stop shutting down and start opening up minds. I'm Casey Donovan, and you've been listening to The Space, a podcast written by Amy Malloy. We're back tonight with another mind-shifting episode. What is your alarm trying to tell you? Find out tonight. Space out.